Hello and welcome to In Case You Missed It on SportsMax and CEEN TV. I'm Mariah and today I'm so thrilled to welcome you to a brand new season of the show. Today we put the focus on women's cricket as Trinidad and Tobago defeated Barbados by 7 wickets in the final at Warner Park in St. Kitts and Nevis and have been crowned CG United Super 50 champions. In today's episode, we zoom in on a player that has stepped up and played a big factor in her team being crowned CG United Super 50 Cup champions. This 15-year-old cricketer, she bagged 8 wickets in the tournament. Let's welcome to In Case You Missed It, Amrita Ramtahal. Amrita, how are you? Back home now, right?
Yeah.
All right. How are things with you? How was it, getting back into Trinidad and Tobago? Have you soaked in that win just yet?
Yeah, now we're adjusting back.
Yeah, and what does it mean to you, Amrita, for Trinidad and Tobago to win a Super 50 title after 8 years?
I mean, it's a proud moment for me and the team, knowing that we waited 8 years to be back in the final, and it's a very incredible feeling for me being a first time at the senior level, and I really enjoy playing these games.
Yeah, and I saw a lot of footage of the team when you all arrived at the Piarco International Airport. The media was present. What was the reception like for you? I'm talking about 1 at the airport and 2, back home with your family.
At the airport, we were very excited because to see back our family and friends, it was a very excited feeling. And to be back home as well, it's a very proud feeling to be around my parents and family, the ones who's always been supporting me.
Yeah, has it been any different? Are you getting a lot more love now?
For sure.
Good stuff. Well, I have to ask you, you spoke about the win meaning a lot to you and your team. But, I want to ask you about personally when it comes to your performances. You contributed with the ball, you were really stepping up, picked up, I believe, 8 wickets at the end of the competition. What does that mean to you, Amrita? You didn't just go to the competition and pick up numbers, you contributed with the wickets.
It means everything to me with the support from my teammates and my captain as well, Mariah. She really do a big part in encouraging me and building my confidence in the game.
Yeah, and it's always good when you can get that support. I just want to remind our viewers, you're 15 years old, right? Which means you're very young, you're new to this level of competition. Amrita, where did your love for the game come from? When did you realize, I want to be a cricketer?
I most believe that was like 6 years. When I was 6 years old, I started attending my dad's Sunday cricket, and very so often they would give me little knocks in the net and I would throw balls to them, and that's when people was like, she has a real natural talent. And earlier then my family would say, one day I need to represent my country and the West Indies cricket.
Yeah, and you just mentioned your dad being involved in cricket. So I have to ask you, is he hard on you when you don't have performances that he expects? Because I know when you have parents that played the sport before and everything, sometimes they can be like, Amrita, what did you just do? Is he that kind of dad?
Yes, he always wants me to be on top of my game.
Yeah, does he give you advice that you feel can help your game as well?
Yeah, for sure. Every game he's been there and he's always giving me advice on my bowling, my batting, and to ways to improve myself.
Yeah, very important to get that support, of course. Now, you're in school. I was told that you had a match earlier today. Happy to know that you won that. But Amrita, apart from that, you're 15, you're unable to do regular things that regular kids do, like you're balancing school, you're playing cricket for your country. How difficult is that for you?
I would say it's a bit challenging, but luckily for my friends and teachers, they help me, they make me be able to get the work that I've missed. So I would say I'm thankful for them.
Yeah, and which school is that?
Barpo East Secondary School.
Yeah, and it's always good. I feel like throughout this interview, we've been talking about that support system, getting the support from your captain, from your coaches, from your dad, of course, now in school. But when you have training and you have to balance that with your actual schoolwork, do you feel as if, sometimes giving up, and what keeps you motivated?
No, I don't feel given up because I know I reached so far already. So I just try to balance both and to improve in the both.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I'm so excited to talk now about that CG United Super 50 competition. And the first question I'd ask you when it comes to that is, what did you learn after everything? You finally sit back down now and you reflect on what happened. What did you learn?
I learned that no matter if it's a win or loss, you still have to learn from your bad things you do and come back and be strong and improve from those stuff.
But y'all didn't lose much though. Just want to put that out there. Lost once
Yeah,
and you never did
the
it
one.
again.
So we use that as a motivation to come back strong and we win victorious for the whole tournament.
Yeah, so good to hear you say that. How was it working alongside Anisa Mohammed, Brittany Cooper? You mentioned Karishma as well, because these are ladies that would have, walked the path already. Anisa Mohammed is a name that speaks volumes, How was it for you? Were you able to learn anything from them?
Yeah, she always gave me little advice. Like in training, I remember one day I was like, that was my first time, and I think I was like, that time I didn't really was open to people. And she came to me and asked me like if I'm afraid or a little nervous. I said yes. She said you don't need to be only if once you enjoy it, you wouldn't have nothing to think about.
Yeah, and really good to get that advice because Amrita, those sort of words will remain with you forever. And again, it's coming from a legend of the game. Anisa has created that path for young girls like yourself to walk now. So really good to hear that they welcomed you because you're the baby on the team, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Amrita, before the break, I spoke about it. I can't wait to hear about it. So, let's talk about it. That ball that you bowled combined with the one-handed catch to dismiss former West Indies skipper Stephanie Taylor. What were your initial thoughts when you got that wicket?
I didn't believe I catch the ball because when I catch the ball, if you watch the video, I actually stood there for a little bit thinking about it.
Yeah, but when you realized, because okay, so you didn't think you caught it, but now that you watch back the footage, did it look even better than the actual dismissal?
Of course. I remember Anita telling me, did you realize who you out? So when I actually look now, it's Stephanie Taylor.
Yes, I was shocked too because I've been watching these matches, match after match, ball after ball, and I'm like, she's 15. She just got Steph out. That's something you're going to remember forever, right?
Yes.
Would you say it's been your best moment in cricket so far, or was winning the overall competition the best moment? Which one?
I would say both because it's my first time at the senior level, but to pick up a legend too, that's definitely a big accomplishment.
Yeah, and you're a part of the Windies under 19 setup. How much have you enjoyed that experience? Again, you get the opportunity to play with some really good names alongside you. Samara, I know, is a part of that squad as well. So how has that experience been for you?
For me, it was a good experience, although we didn't come victorious at the end. But I think for me, I took it as a learning experience and to come back stronger next time. But at that under 19 World Cup, I think it was most of our first time playing international cricket. So we took it as a motivation to come back stronger.
Yeah, and you spoke about that being a motivation. The rest of the Caribbean was watching on, rooting for the West Indies. When you hear West Indies, you think big team. It comes with a lot of history, a lot of pressure with it too. Many people were disappointed in what we saw from the girls because expecting a lot more wins. What are some areas you would say, Amrita, that the team really needs to work on to ensure that they have a better showing moving forward?
I'd say the batting department, that is where we kind of fall short, but most of all is the support from the team and the coaches. So I think once we work on the support, everything will be all right.
And what were some of the positives, the highs of the competition? Because I know as a cricketer, you also would follow the other teams. You're coming up against some big names. What were some of the biggest takeaways, as in the good stuff?
The good stuff. But the thing is, we never give up. Although we lose the games, we never give up. We went back the other day, we trained, and we tried to come much better.
Yeah. All right. Well, I can't wait to see when next the Windies Under-19 are in action. You'll be a part of it, and they'll be expecting you, just so you know, based on what they saw from you in the Super 50, they'll be expecting you to bring that wicket-taking ability when you suit up for them. Would you say that the future of Windies women's cricket is in good hands, Amrita? And I ask that because it's a fear that I have as well, right? Like when I watch women's cricket, you know the regular names. Hayley Matthews, Anissa is no longer playing for the West Indies, but Deandra Doughton is back, you know, Stefani Taylor. But we always worry about when these ladies step away from the game, if the youngsters like you can step in and give us that same joy and happiness. Would you say that we're in good hands?
Yes, of course, I would say we are in good hands because I think now we have more opportunities for girls cricketers and for the development of them.
All right, and what's next for you when it comes to cricket? What's the next competition?
The Under-19 regional.
Okay, so looking forward to see you there. And now that you've made a name for yourself, we're all going to keep our eyes glued on you. It's now time for my favorite part of today's interview. It's what we call here rapid fire time. So Amrita, I'll ask you a question and you say the first word or phrase that comes to mind. Are you ready to have some fun?
For sure.
All right, describe yourself in one word.
Humble.
Oh, wow, good one. Next question, please. All right, T20s or ODIs?
T20s.
Easy. Now, this one, the best moment in your career so far?
Dismissing Stefani Taylor.
Love that, love that. I thought you would say that. Or winning the Super 50. Now, this one, night in or night out?
Night out.
Where's your dad? Is he around? Favorite cricketer?
Hayley Matthews.
Okay. Favorite meal?
Pilau.
I love a good pilau too. You're a true Trini. Now, this one. Who's your funniest teammate?
Leon Kirby.
I can imagine. Now, which teammate would you call Amrita if you're stranded and you need some help?
Samara.
Oh, do you think she'd answer? First call?
Huh?
Do you think she'd answer the first call?
For sure.
Okay, good. Now, the player that you fear facing the most?
Who
Who did you go up against in the World Cup that you were kind of like,
Shubman. That's an Indian cricketer.
All right. And now this last one, the best advice you've received?
Never be afraid.
Okay, well, that was some good fun. I feel like I could predict some of your answers, but let's now head across to social media. I want to see what they've been saying about you and your team. Let's go. So the first thing we have up here. So this one is from VJ Rahaman, and he's saying congratulations to the ladies. Anything you want to say to VJ, Amrita?
Thank you a lot.
Yeah, the support has been really, really big for this competition. I noticed, you know, a lot of people, the moment you all were able to bounce back, they really, really rallied behind the girls. Let's take another reaction, please. This one is from Terrell Ordain. He says, well done to the captain, Karishma Ramharak. He's saying, bigging up the vice captain, Anisa Mohammed, the coach, Marissa, and everyone on the team, and especially those behind the scenes. You have made Trinidad and Tobago proud. Something you want to say to Terrell?
I would really appreciate your support.
Yeah, I think, you know, I always say the players are nowhere without the fans. The fans make the game even better. Let's take this last one. So this one is from West Indies cricket, and they're saying Amrita Ramtahal produces absolute brilliance to take today's CG United moment of the match. Remember that moment? Tell me a bit about your feelings when you were awarded the moment of the match.
I was very proud and excited to see that up on the big screen, and all my teammates was clapping, cheering on. So it was a very, really proud feeling.
Yeah. Well, you know, Amrita, I know that there's a lot of good stuff in store for you. I want to thank you for taking the time today to chat with me on In Case You Missed It. And I can't wait to go on to see you do even bigger, better things and be among all those big wickets.
Thanks.
All right. Well, folks, that's a wrap for today's episode on In Case You Missed It. Be sure to like, share, and comment, and let me know what you thought about today's episode. Goodbye for now.